Welcome to the YouTube channel D Creations Resources. We are looking at different aspects of research methodology, and today let us talk about literature sources. You can classify the literature sources as primary, secondary, or tertiary. And literature review, of course, is one of the most important steps for any research, and we'll also be talking about its role in the research proposal. But here, if you want to classify them, so like there could be different kinds of sources that you would need to refer. The classification is based on the fact that whether the material that you are referring to is original. When I say original, it means is it a first hand report? So, for example, are you have you done the research yourself and then writing about it? If yes, it would be a primary source. But if you are reporting work done by somebody else, we'll be seeing the example, so you will understand where exactly this is done. Then it is secondary, or in some cases it is tertiary, and so on and so forth. So if you want to talk about primary sources, obviously it is the report where there is first hand information. So whatever record or whatever evidence that is presented has actually happened, and it is described as it is. When you say without any interpretation or commentary, it doesn't mean that you've not analyzed your results. It means that someone else is not trying to interpret it or comment on it. That is the idea here. And it's usually shown for the first time, and whatever figures or that you will see, it will be all original. So in a way it shows original thinking, and it talks about new discoveries that have been made, or some fresh information is shared. And what could be the examples for this? Well, theses, right? So plural thesis. So thesis is an example, or a research paper written by someone, dissertations, or suppose if you are writing a proceeding in a conference, that is another example. And this is mainly for science, and for other kind of research also you can have personal narratives or autobiographies, and there could be some original artwork like poems, photographs, speeches, etc. Or there could be some correspondence like letters, memos, interviews, etc., and diaries, etc. So these are the primary sources. Now, this is just a hierarchy made. There is nothing good or bad about anything. It's just a classification. That's all. So, what are the other kind of sources? Obviously, when someone is reporting it. So, here I talked about a research paper authored by the person who has done research himself. But then there is another kind of research writing, which is, or rather I would say, in journals you would come across articles which are reviews. That means you are taking review of a field. So in that you are reporting what somebody else has done in this field. So such reviews are of course the secondary source, because here they are analyzing or restating whatever they have come across in primary sources. So they are trying to describe that or explain that in order to write it with whatever review they are writing. For example, they are making use of these primary sources. So they could be summarizing it, or they would reorganize it, etc. And of course, when they are analyzing it, they would combine some primary sources and make some statements. So there could be some added value to that. So review articles, as I said, are examples of this. Or even textbooks, for example. In textbooks, whoever writes the textbooks, he or she has not done that research. They have come across it somewhere, and then they are using it to explain to you in simple language in a textbook. Or there are edited volumes that you come across. Especially in literature, etc., you see there is criticism and interpretation, or commentaries, etc. So all this comes across as secondary sources. Now there are tertiary sources. In the beginning itself, let me say that sometimes there could be an overlap in secondary and tertiary sources. So, when we give examples here, some of them sometimes can be applicable to secondary sources as well. And here, usually, what is done, there is an indexing done, there's a compilation done of, it's a list of sources, etc. So usually it's a compilation, so it may not be credited to one particular author as such. And dictionaries, encyclopedias, etc., some of the examples for this. So all these literature sources have their own importance when you are doing literature review. Thank you.